Hey guys, it's Erica. How's it going? Today we're going to be talking about this beautiful little plant right here called a Hoya, well commonly known as a Hoya Shooting Star. It is a Hoya multiflora. But the reason that it's called a Hoya Shooting Star is because its blooms are supposed to look like shooting stars. To me, they kind of look like dragons. But, you know, to each his own. This plant has kind of lemon tree-like leaves. Like, I feel this plant looks like a lemon tree. It's a lot different than most Hoyas. Its leaves aren't as succulent-like, and yeah, it looks like a lemon tree. Also, instead of vining, it actually grows like a bush, so it'll grow up like a bush. And since this plant does grow up like a bush like that, I'm going to put it into a different pot so that it can grow up tall. Right now, I keep this plant out in my backyard on my east-facing porch. When I bought this pretty recently. It had a bunch of blooms like this. Beautiful bloom. I love the blooms. They're so cool. Like I said, they look like dragons to me. The flowers have been falling off because they're dry. Oh my gosh, I can't get this off. The flowers have been falling off from what looks like they dry up. So I want to keep it inside now, and I'm going to put it in my like directly on the sill of my north-facing window, and then it can get a bunch of ambient light throughout the entire day, and hopefully it won't get too hot, because right now it's summertime, which means temperatures can get to over 100 degrees, and I don't think this plant likes that. You should not let this plant dry out. Water it. Like I said, it's not like most Hoyas. It actually needs to be watered more frequently. You can't let it dry out as much as you would, say, like a Hoya carnosa. It needs to be watered when maybe the top of the soil is dry. Also, you don't want to cut off the peduncles once the flowers have fallen. Well, you can. If you do that, then there will be more foliage growing in. But the peduncles can still produce new blooms. So if you want more flowers, you can leave it in. This plant also... Hold on, I need to get my tray. What was I saying? Oh yeah, this plant also blooms year-round, pretty much. So you can get multiple blooms throughout the year, which is really nice because these flowers are so beautiful and pretty much the reason why I bought this plant. Okay, so I'm putting it into this pot so that it will fit in my north-facing window, because it has these little legs and my window is really tiny. So it will only fit in a pot this size if the pot has little legs like that. And since I'm not repotting it because it's root bound or anything like that, I'm gonna try not to mess with the roots at all because I don't want to damage anything. And I'm gonna try and keep as much of the soil that it already is in because I think it likes this soil. Oh, this is so difficult. Hold on, I need to do this on the floor. Okay, so the pot that I'm trying to move it to is a little smaller than I expected. So this is what I'm dealing with right now. I really want it to go in my north window. Oh, I really don't want to damage its roots, but I think I'm gonna have to. There we go. Beautiful. I just watered this plant too, so it's making it kind of difficult for me to be repotting. Okay, so this plant does enjoy kind of like on the lower side of medium light to bright light. And always remember that if you want your plant to bloom, you have to give it its optimal conditions. So you're gonna have to give it the brighter light that it wants. I know it's hard. I'm cursed with north-facing windows. But it should do fine in there. I don't know if it'll bloom, but I want it to get tall. This plant does not typically branch out very well or very easily. So if you want a fuller plant and you decide to propagate this one here, you should propagate multiple cuttings, because it's just gonna be one stem if you only do one propagation. And then also, if you want your plant to branch out, you can definitely cut it down, but it will probably take multiple tries for it to actually branch. It kind of will only create one offshooting, so then the plant will be split into two, but that's the most that it's really gonna give you. She's so beautiful. I originally didn't really care about this plant, but it really grew on me, and not just because of the flowers, but I don't know, it's just kind of like so different. Like, if I saw this, I wouldn't think it was a Hoya. I would guess a lemon tree. I can't express to you enough how much this looks like a lemon tree to me. But yeah, there's a lot of peduncles forming around here. We got some new growth, and I'm really hoping that it blooms again for me. I moved it into this pot. I really hope this does not go into shock. I hope that I left the roots alone enough for it to do well. I really don't want to be messing around with its roots. I just want it to be happy. And it has more space to grow down now too, so it won't be as root bound. But this really is a beautiful plant, and I really like it. It looks so nice. Look at it. Doesn't look like nothing special, but it'll grow on you. I'm ready for my little plant to grow. Give me more blooms. There's only 2 left. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Leave down in the comment section below any Hoyas that you have and that you really enjoy, because I'd love to hear about them. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe because I post new videos every single day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!